Dave Matey's WWE and Pro Wrestling Hall of Famer here, Bushwhacker Luke. And you are watching Countdown City WrestleCast. Yay!
What is up, heels and baby faces? Welcome to another episode of the Countdown City WrestleCast. I'm your host, JC. Joining me this week is Tommy.
Yo.
And returning, second time in, was it 3 weeks now? I lost
3
count.
weeks, yeah.
Yeah. Hollywood Terry, Hollywood TD, what is up?
Gentlemen, thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Thanks for coming back on, man.
Appreciate you coming back on.
I am definitely no Big Mike, but I will definitely try to contribute a little bit, and honored to be sitting in the chair.
Yeah, Mike and his family are enjoying a little bit of time at the beach. Let me see if I can find that picture, because
lucky.
Yeah.
Well earned.
Yeah,
well
yeah,
earned,
no, yeah,
yes.
no lie. Yeah.
So, I'll try and find the picture and post what he's been up to. But yeah, nice little vacation before, teachers got to go back to school, and then the students got to go back in as well. So don't know if Mike's going to be joining us on the chat as well. He may, as we talk a bit about Great American Bash and, of course, WWE SummerSlam, which is taking place this coming weekend. Feels like it has been forever since WWE had a pay-per-view in the States.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've been pretty consistent about being overseas, and not the worst thing in the world. And I mean, because it's been a while since I can say this. Their last few pay-per-views have actually been must-see viewing, so I can't even get mad anymore. So
sure. Let me
This one has a lot of potential.
It does
to go in a whole lot of different directions.
And before we even get there, can I say the hype packages that came on Monday that I got to watch them all? That they looked fantastic, and I think I legitimately said out loud, "Where have these been all these years? I missed these."
Well, different person in charge, we know.
Yeah, because that other guy
they've been in Vince's closet.
Yeah, among other things.
And here's a not so live picture of Mike, but here you go. Here he is, join a tube.
Just living his best life.
Not ready to go back to
he's
work.
In the chat.
Be where you will. Yeah, he is. So is
the show's already 33.3% better. Oh no! Are we gonna have Steiner math this entire show? Because
it might be. But I thought he's on vacation. He's not gonna be doing math right now, I would think.
Well, so. I mean, between Steiner math and Stephanie DeLander math, wrestling is just the unofficial place to just get math equations done. So,
for sure.
He says still in the middle of he's still in the middle of the ocean.
All right. Well, we'll start by talking a bit of wrestling news, and fortunately, one that, at least for me and a lot of people's childhood, and in a way, the world of wrestling.
Same here.
Paul Rubens, better known to many people as Pee Wee Herman, passed away after a long battle with cancer that not very many people knew about. He was one thing he wanted to keep private about himself.
Yeah.
I say wrestling related because he was a host on Raw at one point. But I remember watching Pee Wee's Playhouse, Pee Wee's Big Adventure.
Yeah.
People still ask me that are not from San Antonio if there is a basement in the Alamo. Because of that,
1985.
Yes, 85. I was 4 when that movie came out, but I watched quite a bit of it growing up. And, as a history major, I'm just like, Pee Wee. No, there was no basement in the Alamo, but still hilarious. Nonetheless. And
there was a movie he was in called Mystery Men. I don't know if anyone ever saw it. It was him, Ben Stiller, William H. Macy, just the ensemble cast, and he was hilarious in that. Oh man, he was such a great talent. I do respect like these guys who have these like really going through these personal battles, but really do like take the last few years to really do a lot for the fans. Like Chadwick Boseman did that, Kevin Conroy, and Paul Rubens. They're going through these really hard struggles, but in their last few years, they just know they have all these fans who love them. They just want to try to do what they can to see them and everything before they go. And it just sucks though, man, because it's like, dude, man, he was just so funny. So
For sure.
And another one as well is, and you two guys are way too young for this. This is for us old guys. Is Exotic Adrian Street passed away as well.
I remember the name. Yeah.
So
well,
Jeez.
go back, go watch some old clips, and because, and I mean, even to this day, before his passing, his valet back in the day, Miss Linda, was still his partner to this day.
Wow.
And he 82 years old, I want to say, and in better shape than probably 80% of the people that are on TV now. And nice guy, great guy, would interact on social media, reply to posts and talk and everything. And he, Adrian Street, the exotic one.
I do remember seeing. I just looked him up real quick. But I do remember seeing clips of him that I had seen because of guys like I probably looked him up after hearing guys like Marty Cohn talk about him, like because and Andromeda, who we know as Don Juan and stuff. So yeah.
Well, and Adrian Adonis.
Yeah.
Adrian Adonis came from Exotic Adrian Street.
Okay.
Very cool.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, if you guys are watching along in the chat or comment or afterward, just share whatever your favorite Pee Wee Herman memory was, whether it was a favorite Playhouse episode, whether it was a scene in the movie Pee Wee's Big Adventure. I don't really remember Big Top. I think it was a Big Top Pee Wee was the other movie he did.
Big Top, yeah.
So I remember Pee Wee's Big Adventure more than anything. So just really wanting that bike that he had for sure. So
my family's favorite line from that movie is a big sweater. Someone just keeps knitting and knitting and knitting, and I'm doing the calm version, but my whole family, if one of us starts it, everyone jumps in and we get so over the top with it. So he absolutely had a huge contribution to us as a family for sure. What's up, Joshua?
What's up, Josh?
Josh Teague is in the building.
My sister and I will randomly say whenever we're just like with family or whatever, it was saying, "Go do this," and tell them Large Marge sent you. We
say that too.
Yes, for sure. So, all right, let's move on. Upcoming wrestling events, in the local wrestling events. Of course, Mission Pro, not this weekend, but next weekend. Mission Pro Wrestling's Boiling Point, which next week we will talk about. Break that down as that event. Hybrid's going to have their show August 18th.
Friday.
Friday.
That is a big difference because normally we're Saturdays, but that's going to be fun
for sure. For sure.
Kind of a last hurrah. Well, actually, some schools are starting up that week, so maybe they'll be looking for a Friday show there to kind of blow off some steam. BOW September 9th. Terry, you got any updates on that show? Anything in the works that you want to give us an exclusive on, or
not yet?
Spot here.
I was hoping you forgot something. Dang it.
Not yet. I will say this, that one person that we did hope to have at that show, Shane Taylor, will not be able to attend.
Damn it.
He will be in hometown Cleveland for Ring of Honor. So best of luck to Shane. He's killing it back out there, and he's gonna be making some waves very, very soon.
Well, when Samoa Joe calls you out, that's as good to me as a number one contender spot, if you ask me. When
Absolutely.
Joe said, but he said like, after I'm through with the Peacock, I'll look into the Shane Taylor guy or something. I was like, I was legitimately like, can we just inject that into my veins right now? Just come on, let's just do it. Come on.
Exactly.
All right, and then RCW's next event is September 16th. I believe they put the name In Our House is the name of that event. So
I believe so.
yeah.
I'll give some info on the hybrid show in my 1 minute.
All right, nice.
Oh,
Looking
nice.
forward to that. So, all right. Well, this past weekend in Austin or Cedar Park, if you want to get technical, NXT Great American Bash took place. We made some predictions on it. I didn't get to see the show thoroughly, saw a lot of highlights, but it is pretty cool, I will say, to see NXT traveling around again a bit
Yeah.
more and see that Austin crowd come alive. And yeah, You're Not Kurt is a great chant. I will say that very much. So
You're
Not
yo.
Angle, You're Not Kurt. Like, wow.
So I didn't get to watch the whole show either yet, full disclosure, but I did see some clips and I was like, damn. I was like, this experiment may need to. And I think someone else said it best. It's like the only Gable we care about in wrestling right now is Chad, and I was like, oh, actually, I can't even lie, because Chad Gable's been quietly killing it in the past few months, really. So
Yeah.
I mean, you understand why they signed him, but you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure that this was the kind of reaction he was going to get.
no, I mean that
Well-
was the, yeah, like you totally saw that one coming.
And
yeah.
in a weird way, it kind of parallels Kurt Angle's career. You know,
Yeah.
the whole Olympic hero bit, and he thought he would get cheered, and everyone told him, you're gonna
The
get
three
booed.
eyes.
Yeah, the three eyes and everything is like you're gonna get booed. So, oh Jesus, Burns. Okay, Burns with the whole Steiner
Burns, he
math
put
there.
the whole Scott Steiner. He put the whole Scott Steiner.
Oh my gosh.
Math promo.
So-
Now I'll have to watch the chat later because I can't see any of it
Yeah,
because I'm on my
yeah,
phone.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, for sure.
but
But yeah, what was that? Yeah, just that parallels Kurt Angle's career a bit because you thought he was gonna be a face. He's an Olympic hero. He won a gold medal in Atlanta. I think it was Atlanta. I forget. But yeah, and then the crowd boos him, and the promos did that work, and he thought he was gonna get cheered. This is in a way kind of paralleling that. So it's really going to depend on how good this guy's charisma is, how much he picks up off of that.
but he didn't do it with the broken freaking neck.
No, he did
And
not.
that's the difference. That's the difference. And the funny part is when you really watch early Kurt Angle and you realize that he wasn't even a year in with a lot of that stuff, you're like, he just had a natural talent for just connecting with the crowd. Even if it meant making him mad, he just had that natural talent with it. So
Anyone surprised by the result of the tag team championship match?
me, like 100%.
Yeah.
I can honestly say I didn't expect the family to win. I was kind of like, okay, I guess we're really backing these guys. I mean, nothing wrong with that. I just didn't see it coming. So I'm like, okay, that's cool.
So does this result in a call up for Gallo?
I mean, it's very possible.
That's
Yeah.
that's a good question. And I want to say yes, only because I like Dallas as a group. I believe if you could have any group kind of challenge Imperium, just
Ooh.
yeah, come on, man. A group of of 6 European wrestlers just decided to just beat the high holy hell out of each other for about 45 minutes straight. That's the
Well, we still have not got Imperium Judgment Day.
Oh,
Yet.
I do want that.
Yeah, but
If
I
we're-
maybe not till next year. I think because everyone seems to be tied up. All these stables are tied up in like individual stuff. You got the
Yeah.
Bloodline versus Bloodline, or Usos versus Bloodline, whatever. You got the Judgment Day. Everyone seems to be going for singles titles right now in that group. So
I just want to see Gunther chop the shit out of Dominic. That will be
thinking that would be so great.
and watch him roll across the ring.
Yeah. Mike says you mean Blackpool Combat Club.
Oh God. That's good. That's good.
One day, right? When the other forbidden door opens. So
Yeah. Oh man, if they just let that happen once. Sorry.
Let's see other results here. Roxanne Perez, huge ovation, of course, in her home state.
Yeah.
Why would she? And hell of a match. I honestly don't think that feud is done with. there's got to be more to it. I mean, her and Blair just fighting wherever they can get their hands on each other. I think it's some of the best thing NXT's doing right now, and I really hope they kind of continue this.
I think it's also helped showing that Roxy has an edge. That I think that's kind of what they want. I think that's what Sean and Hunter want from her. They know she's like the plucky kid and everything. But they say, yeah, let's see you beat somebody up really badly. Because the reason I would say that is because I feel like that helped out Victoria's career. Because I keep flashing back with this match of like the Victoria Trish Stratus match from Survivor 2002. We are like Victoria already had the crazy gimmick, but then when she showed she could be hardcore, like sky was the limit. So I just feel like this could be the same thing.
Doing the same thing with Liv.
Yeah, Liv Morgan really. Yeah, after they had her do that crazy spot at the table, which I legitimately that blew my mind. I didn't know she had that in until she did it, and they're right. That made a believer out of me when it came to her. I was thoroughly impressed with her acumen for that kind of thing.
Sure. Excuse me. Oh God, I had a thought on this too. Yeah, I like the edge part of it. I like, first of all, I don't know if that was a random shop in Laredo where they started beating each other up.
I still want to know.
A lot of people are like speculating, where in Laredo was this? Because, wife has a lot of family back there. Some wrestling fans like, where was, anybody know where this was? So I don't know if it was in Laredo. I don't know if they filmed in Florida, but either way, it's funny as hell if it was in Laredo somewhere. So if it was near the border, though, you'd probably be seeing some exchange rates for pesos. You see a lot of that near the actual border. Believe me, you see signs. Which I think right now is like 16-1 right now, so it's a pretty good rate. So, yeah.
Oh my God.
Let's see. Dominic Mysterio retained the North American Championship.
Damn it! Sorry.
I know.
Sorry. Anyone but Dominic. Anyone.
Yeah.
But
I mean, Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder saw that one coming.
I don't care. I didn't want to win. But it did give us something very interesting to happen on NXT this past Tuesday when it came to Wesley and Carmelo Hayes. So I'm okay. So
then of course Tiffany Stratton and Carmelo Hayes each successfully retained their women's and NXT championships.
Okay.
Side note, real quick though,
Gable
Stevenson and Baron Corbin, by the way, was a double count out, so that counts as a draw, by the way, on your picks. But yeah, right. Go ahead.
I know we say this all the time, but I just feel like we should say it more. Ilya Dragunov is a freaking machine of pro wrestling, and my God, any promotion is lucky to have him. I don't care. He's a guy who I will confidently say I don't care what company he's in. He's an asset because that dude is like I don't know what he's made out of, but watching him wrestle is a treat.
Granite.
Yep.
I think he'd run through granite just to see if he could.
Well, I agree with you, but a part of me wonders if his time in NXT, he's really just there to, I don't know, put over whoever the champion is. He's always in the title picture, but he never gets over that hump. It's like, okay, like the relatively new champion, Hayes has only had the title, maybe like not even 6 months, 7 months right now. He won it at WrestleMania, right? So they put okay, let's see you wrestle Dragunov. Let's see you actually work. Let's see this. That's kind of what I feel like it is right now. So, and I don't know if that's going to be his career in NXT. I don't know if that's something they're going to do. If he's finally going to get over the hump at some point. But how long before he gets frustrated with that? If that's really what the direction they have for him.
Have him wrestle without a title on the line. Put him up against Breaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly kind of wanted him to be like the surprise guy who beat Gunther for the Intercontinental title. That's what I really want to happen. Legacy of Nerd said Dom has the best character in WWE right now. and Legacy of Nerd, I like you, right, bro? So I'm gonna be quiet now.
Look, respect to Dom when he was asked, if he's trying to reconcile his dad. He's like, look, I wish I could, but he's passed away. Rest in peace. That was just gold.
I hated that I laughed at that. I was so mad. I found that funny.
How many times did we talk about that on the show when Dom first appeared in WWE, and then he finally acknowledged who his biological father is?
I was so mad that I laughed at that. I couldn't stand myself for laughing. I was ashamed.
Dom is I don't care what anybody says, MJF, when he was, he's not a heel right now.
Right.
But Dom is the best heel in all of professional wrestling, bar none.
Right now, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say his promos have gotten better, but I can't hear them to know. So.
Exactly, because the crowd won't let him talk.
Well, let's put it to y'all out there and everybody in the chat as well. You can only boo one person when they get on the mic. Are you booing Dominic Mysterio or Vicky Guerrero?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Ooh.
Because you talk about two people that could not cut a promo once the mic was in their hands. As soon as it was right here, boo, you know?
I flash
Well,
back to
you can only boo one.
But for two different reasons.
Okay.
Vicky, because her voice makes your skin crawl.
fair.
Dom, people just don't like Dom.
Yeah.
That is one guy they will never be able to turn face.
I don't see that ever happening. I
You
think
know,
he has cemented himself as the forever heel.
I mean, people said that about MJF, and look how it's looking right now. So, I mean,
Fair.
it just depends, you know?
But that way he needs. So that means
MJF was always kind of a tweener, though. You know,
Yeah.
yes, he's a heel, but people would cheer him.
Yeah.
Dom, everybody boos.
Yeah.
Vicky boos him. No I'm kidding.
I think Birdsy's already said, he said, excuse me. I guess
said
that's who he'd boo.
excuse me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. So how did Mike, Tommy, and I do on our picks for last week for Great American Bash? Tommy, 2-3-1. I went 4-1-1. And Mike just barely missed out on pulling its heads. 5-0-1. Of course, who knew Corbin and Stevenson was going to be a double countout? So
Yeah,
kind of 5-0-1. So.
I honestly, I still think Corbin should have just won that, but that's just
Tommy, rough day at the office, bro.
Yeah.
yeah, it happens sometimes.
I don't know why you're picking against Roxanne.
The one time was when we picked New Japan and I did the worst out of everybody. I almost quit the show. Mike just said acknowledge me. Screw you, Mike.
Dang.
I think JC froze. Oh, that happens sometimes, Terry. Sometimes JC freezes and he has to come back in. So we just talk until he does.
Okay. Well, that's. Yeah. I mean, I know you and I can talk. We could talk for hours.
For sure.
And be somewhat entertaining.
Somewhat. I mean, we have people at Hybrid and BOW laughing.
Exactly.
And of course, my freezes up when acknowledge me gets stuck up there. So there you go. So yeah.
So he had a very extended time to be acknowledged.
Yes, there you go, Mike. Lucky you. So yeah.
I refuse to throw up a finger for Mike. Well, not that finger. Anyway.
All right. Well, I haven't seen the full show yet, so I'm not comfortable giving a WrestleCast rating. Tommy, what about you? Are you comfortable giving one right now?
No, not yet. But I will say, just from how it sounded, it sounded like it sounded like it was back to old NXT Takeover days as far as a must see show goes. So I'll say I'm looking forward to watching it whenever I get the chance.
All right. Cool.
Oh, I'll tell you this from that venue. That was the perfect venue for NXT. I've been to 2 or 3 AEW shows in that building.
Oh yeah.
And the HEB Center just works perfectly for wrestling.
Yeah.
The acoustics, everything, there's not a bad seat in the house. And you feel like it feels like old school Freeman Coliseum. You're right on top of it.
I was about to ask.
And the crowd, if they're somewhat noisy, they sound louder.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you get that, but that's the way that venue is set up.
The acoustics in there.
It makes sense. Yeah, it's like Freeman was like that, sold out for Raw, even AEW there. Hell, going to Iguana's games. It didn't look like a lot of people were in the crowd, but it did get loud in there just with the acoustics of it, just the way that noise would move around. So yeah, I could definitely imagine that.
I had a couple of nieces, one niece and 2 or 3 of my nephews graduate from high school in that area, and they graduated in that building. And another fun fact, That's where me and the guy went there for our honeymoon because there was a concert there that night. It was like about 3 or 4 metal bands playing, and that's where we went. Someone got us in. One of the guys who travels with one of the bands got us in for free to go see the show. We have floor seats. It was really cool.
Nice.
Free is always good.
Oh yeah, free is
good.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Tyson Leslie, good job.
Let's move on to the show this weekend. WWE SummerSlam, one of the big 5 pay-per-views on WWE's docket every year. And this one, like we said before the top of the show, back in the States, haven't had a pay-per-view event in the US since WrestleMania. Of course, there's Puerto Rico, Saudi Arabia, London, and now we're back here, back in Detroit, mind you, for this one. So, which to me, I don't know. It's weird. You always SummerSlam. I guess I'm kind of used to when they would always have it like L.A. or something like that. But Detroit, yeah, it could work. So
too damn hot.
Yeah,
they had to go as far north as possible and stay in the
indoors
States
anyway.
Yeah,
but
they saw the temperatures in southern United States. Oh hell no, we ain't going. Mike, okay, look, this was not my fault. Never mind. I'm not even going to bother explaining this.
You set yourself up for that one.
I did. So. I did. Didn't even think about it.
All right. Now, as far as SummerSlam goes, there's 8 matches on the card. Nothing yet been announced for the pre-show. Of course, we'll see what gets announced on SmackDown. There is a SummerSlam Battle Royal. We're not going to pick that because
thank God
knows who's going to be in it right now. All we know is LA Knight, Sheamus, Ciampa, Shinsuke Nakamura, Otis, and Chad Gable are slated for that. That's all that has been announced thus far for that event. So, or for that match, I should say. So, but we're not.
That's actually who I was thinking too, Terry. I'm not gonna lie. So, yeah.
All right. So we'll start with our predictions here for this event with Ricochet versus Logan Paul. What?
If it's not Ricochet, I'm just going to be heartbroken if Ricochet doesn't finally get a big match win, because just let the guy win something.
So are you going with Ricochet or are you going with Logan Paul?
I'm going with Ricochet. I refuse to pick Logan Paul in this scenario. I refuse to pick Logan Paul in most scenarios, but I'm definitely not this one.
What about you, Terry?
I'm going to go Ricochet as well.
Right.
The promo that Ricochet's got a little bit of extra fire with Logan Paul bringing Samantha into the promo. Ricochet, we may see some stuff out of him that we haven't seen in a long, long time. So, yeah, I'm going to go Ricochet.
I'd like to see old school PWG Ricochet come out for this one.
Bingo.
Yep.
Because I know it's going to draw heat, I'm going to go with Logan Paul.
You bastard! You better not be right!
Got to right now. Man.
I don't care!
I'm sorry.
Give it the peer pressure. Pick Ricochet with us.
I know.
Now, is Mike going to type his predictions
I think Mike's going to
in?
make predictions here along with us. Now, obviously, he's not. It might be a little delay, but yeah, Mike, if you're there, you want to make predictions on it. Anybody, that goes for anybody watching us live or after the fact. Yeah, definitely type in your predictions. So we'll see what Mike's prediction is for this one as we move on. Let me see here. Sorry, I gotta send a message her real quick. I'll see if Mike gets her.
Just come on, JC. Just be wrong with the rest of us. Come on, man.
Nah, I can't do it. Can't do it.
I don't see Logan Paul. I mean, has he won a match yet?
I think he won like the initial tag team match he was in. I think
singles.
Okay,
singles. I don't know.
Not that I think of.
Good question.
Not that I can think of.
He lost to Roman.
Mm-hmm.
Which he shouldn't have got anyway.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't win Money in the Bank.
Thank God.
The only time they bring him in is on pay-per-views. So
you got the Brock Lesnar.
I'm sorry, I refuse to call them premium live events. It's pay-per-views.
So, all right.
Wait, he beat the Miz last year.
That's right, he did.
Okay.
But
the Miz puts everybody over, so that doesn't really count.
That doesn't count. Yeah, the Miz goes home to Maurice. He doesn't give a damn what happens to him in the ring.
Exactly. That's a win.
He don't give a damn what happens in the ring.
The only 2-time Grand Slam.
Guys going in the Hall of Fame, whether people like it or not. So
Exactly.
All right. We'll move on next to Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar. And Terry, we'll start with you on this one. Who do you got?
Cody.
Cody?
Cody ends the story. Or ends this chapter. Ends this chapter, I'll say.
All right. I'm going to go Cody
and beats
as well,
the aura of SummerSlam Brock.
All right. I'm going with Cody as well. Mike is going with Homelander. I mean, Cody, he says. Tommy, what about you?
How long have you known me, Cody, dude? It's like,
I'm just making sure.
Even though this Brock Lesnar is far less irritating than 2011 to about 2020 Brock Lesnar, it's got to be Cody, man. I say this all the time. Brock Lesnar does not need these wins. He's Brock Lesnar. That's pretty much a world title by itself, just his name. He's good. He's golden.
I got to admit, one thing that I wish they would have done with this match. I wish Cody would have come out on Monday and says, this is it, and this is how we're going to end it.
Yeah.
Texas Bull Rope match.
Ooh, that'd have been great.
That would have been nice to do something like that, but, who knows?
Or a Texas Death match or a dog collar match. Something just out of the ordinary, except for them beating each other up.
Well, Lesnar, he doesn't do a whole lot of those gimmick style matches like that, so that's
yeah.
So I'm sure that might be something to do with it.
Yeah.
Now, one that's just kind of out of the blue, I'm not sure how I feel about this. Ronda Rousey versus Shayna Baszler in an MMA rules match.
I'm a believer after the promo Shayna cut.
Okay.
That made a believer out of me for this whole feud, because at Money in the Bank, I was kind of like, okay, what's the point of that? Then Monday, I was like, okay, I'm behind this 100%. I'm in. And then the video packages passed Monday, cemented it.
Yep.
I'm like, I am looking forward to this for once. So, yeah.
Okay. MMA rules matches are just weird sometimes in wrestling.
That too. Okay,
it's got to be done right. Now, granted, these two obviously they come from the MMA world. That's where they started. Transition to wrestling. Mike right there has already said he's going with Shayna, and I'm going with Shayna as well. Look, if you really want to give this feud some legitimacy, because in the wrestling side of things right now, Ronda has still had this bit of aura around here, if you will. She's won championship. She's main evented WrestleMania. And granted, Shayna did an amazing job through NXT, but you're really pushing this over the edge. And for her to beat Ronda in an MMA rules match where Ronda was a UFC champion and Shayna not quite there yet, or never was, that would be huge for this feud. Otherwise, if Ronda wins, it's just kind of, what was the point of that? So I'm going with Shayna as well. Terry, what about you?
Same, Shayna.
Okay. All right.
Because, and just for that reason, if Ronda wins, what do you do with her then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing that they could have done to make this better, and they've done it before, set up the damn octagon.
See, but that's owned by you. Well, granted, that is true. They do merge. So
yeah.
Should they bring back the Lions Den? Everybody remember the Lions Den match?
I'd be down. Didn't NXT have a version of that not so long ago? Didn't they have some kind of Lions Den type match?
They had like a backyard. So I don't know if it was like a parking lot or something like that. I can't remember.
I can't remember what it was, but yeah.
Yeah. Tommy, who you going with?
Shayna, man, there's no way I'm going to get, because I gotta admit, I really did. I know it's that's just the son of a good promo. Mike Six Sides, maybe.
Yeah.
I know it's the son of a good promo, like making the audience believe what they're saying is real. But I don't know, something about how Shayna was talking made me feel like she legitimately was like that frustrated with everything surrounding Ronda, and like I said, probably legitimately. I actually had the fight pit. That's right. That's what it was. And what's his name, Ross? That's what it was. And I feel like, kind of like with Lesnar, Ronda doesn't really need this win. I don't think you could argue Shayna doesn't either, But I would like to see Shayna get a run. I would like to see Shayna actually get to the Royal Rumble and win it. I don't know if that's weird to anyone else, but I just think that would be cool because she.
I can see that.
Yeah,
I can see that.
It's that she doesn't have
Get out of the norm of Becky, Charlotte, Bianca,
and Rhea.
And Rhea, get out of those and let's see a new face. I can see Shayna winning the Rumble.
And that, like, Shayna's very unconventional, if that makes any sense, as far as like what the typical WWE women's champion looks like, or headliner looks like. But she's good. I mean, that was my thing when all the horsewomen said they wanted to be pro wrestlers. I was like, okay, are they serious about this, or they just want to see that as the next thing? And while they all, I'm not saying any of them have ever like shown like kidding with it. Like, all of them taking it seriously, and props to all of them. But out of all four of them, I feel like Shayna has always wanted it the most. And I'm not knocking the other three, not at all. They all want it, and I'm not saying that they don't. But of the four of them, Shayna just feels like she has just wanted it the most, and that is great to see. And that's why I'm like, when you get people like that
out of Ronda's shadow.
Yeah, I feel like this will be let her do that. I don't know how to turn a complete analysis of Shayna Baszler's character, but I just think it's just true.
I'm interested to see how they do this, though. MMA rules, and at least they have two people that have that experience. How you make it look like a true MMA fight. It's if it's done right, it looks great. If not, then it looks real weird. So, you really got to get the fans to buy into it. Good luck, because that's a tough one to pull off. So
it is.
All right, Intercontinental Championship, Gunther versus Drew McIntyre. And so I feel like I'm going to ask this because it seems like he's unbeatable. Anybody go with Drew McIntyre to dethrone Gunther on this one?
I can't do it. I gotta go Gunther. I can't pick Drew. I'm sorry, Drew. I'm sorry.
Terry?
All right, I will.
You'll pick Drew?
Will? All right.
Okay.
I'll take Drew. I'll take Drew.
Okay.
All right.
And you know what? He's gonna turn heel to do it.
Really?
I mean, he's been missing that. So,
Yeah. We need the badass Drew McIntyre. And that's what it's going to take. That's what it's going to take for him to do it.
Big coat and the long emo hair over his face. I do miss that, Drew. I'm not going to lie. That's true.
All right. See if he stabs Gunther with a sword too, whatever all means. Right?
Damn, JC.
Sorry.
That's commitment to the gimmick.
I mean, it is, right? Mike's going with Gunther as well. So, all right. Women's Championship. Asuka defending against Charlotte Flair and Bianca Belair in a triple threat match. Obviously, meaning Asuka does not have to get pinned, and inherently, this match is a no DQ match just by definition alone. So, I know Tommy's a bit conflicted on this one.
Yes.
We'll come back to him here. Mike says Bailey is going to win it. That's great.
Okay, you know what?
I am going to say Asuka's going to retain on this. I think it's going to be so much of the focus on Charlotte and Bianca that Asuka's going to find a way to steal a win here and get away with the championship. So I'm going with Asuka. Terry, what about you?
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
They've been building the whole Charlotte Bianca, and Asuka's just kind of been there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I see her, hitting the mist on somebody, or kicking somebody out, picking up the bones, and getting the win. I think Asuka's going to retain.
All right, Mike also went with Asuka. Tommy, moment of truth here. What do you got?
Hold on, I want to check something real quick. I just thought of. Give me 1 second. I'm just double checking something on CageMatch.net where I frequent on. Okay, so.
Stop looking at cheat codes.
Shut up.
Up, down, down, left, right, left, right.
Okay, got it. Yes, I'm picking Asuka. I was thinking that, Mike, about rolling the dice that I have, but I was like, wait, I want to check statistics first. But no, I'm gonna pick Asuka because actually the same with you guys. It's like I feel like that's how she's gonna kind of win it. You know, this reminds me of. I don't know if you guys remember this one. It's one of my favorite matches ever. That's why I always think of it. The SummerSlam where The Rock defended the belt against Kurt Angle and Triple H, and like he was kind of like they were feuding about Stephanie, and The Rock was kind of like, I have the title if anyone still cares, but okay, I guess none of you do. I feel like it's gonna be like that. They're gonna be so busy fighting each other. Oscar's like just gonna lock them into the Oscar lock and make one of them tap out, then just run away with the belt, which I think would be hilarious and funny. So yeah, I'm in.
All right, World Heavyweight Championship: Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor. And let me let you guys put your picks in. I gotta run and do something real quick. I'll get messages about it, so I'll be right back. You guys talk about this one, who you're predicting, and I'll be right back. So.
Terry, you want to go first?
Yep. This one is good.
Oh, absolutely.
And my whole thing has always been, the three.
Yep.
Finn Balor, new World Heavyweight Champion.
Mike's in the chat. He agrees. And honestly, I was legitimately thinking the same thing. I've been thinking it since they booked this. Okay, so I'm on Cage Match again, and I'm going to SummerSlam because I want to just look back and remember when this was. Okay, so it was 2016 when they first met at SummerSlam all those years ago. And it's like A, finish the story, and B, let's let Finn have the revenge I think he should have had probably immediately the year after that he just didn't get. So yeah. JC, just so you know, all of us are picking Finn Balor.
All of you are picking Finn, and I'm joining you on that too.
Yep.
You know,
also, come on, like Damian Priest is standing right there. Like, oh my god.
Judgment Day is like trying to become the singles belt collectors right now, right? I mean, or Dominic's got one.
Okay.
Ripley's got one.
Hear me out.
Finn's got
Hear
one.
me out.
Damian Priest. What?
Finn wins.
No.
However, earlier in the night, Priest cashes in on the Intercontinental. And is the Intercontinental champion.
That'd be different. That would make everybody hate him immediately, but I'm not gonna lie.
No, okay, hold on a second. So by that idea, and you predicted that McIntyre win turning heel.
Yep.
So if Priest cashes in,
it doesn't matter. It's a cash in. It's the ultimate opportunist.
It's true. But unless Drew McIntyre lays out Gunther and then Priest cashes in, that plausible. I could see that.
How much would that piss Drew off?
Yeah.
to win, and then Priest cash in and take it from him immediately.
I could see him going on a rampage like through like the staff and everything, and that would like get him like fined or suspended, and then everyone's like, then he comes back mad. I could see that.
Yeah. So could be interesting. Could the Judgment Day walk away with all the gold right now? So everyone has a title. That'd be interesting. So, all right, then finally, a WWE Universal Championship. Roman Reigns defends against Jey Uso. Their pictures plastered on every poster for SummerSlam.
Then Damian is a fool.
Yeah.
He's a fool.
Although Mike said right here, Finn wins, but does not leave champ.
That could be interesting too.
Interesting. So I think it goes without saying, everyone's picking Roman Reigns. Is anyone going to loop and say Jey Uso is going to pull an upset or something here?
Sorry, I'm going Jey Uso.
Yeah.
I am too.
Really?
You're going Jey?
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Someone else with me.
I am too.
Sorry. Look. I'm sorry, but there's just something about this. I feel, and someone else said it. If it wasn't gonna be, Cody, wasn't gonna be somebody else. Jey deserves it at this point. I'm sorry, no disrespect to Jimmy, but if any one dude has broken out of a tag team, especially of brothers, in the last few years, that has just been over the top impressive, no matter what, it's been Jey. So yeah, I feel like it's got to be Jey, or like it's just got to be Jey, man. It's got to be.
Yeah, no, I'm still holding on to my thought that I'm still holding on to my thought that he's not dropping it until WrestleMania next year when Cody works his way back and gets another shot at it. That's where I'm still sticking with. So, but that's just me. So I'm sticking with Roman winning it this time. Like it's might as well put my name next to Roman any match he's in till WrestleMania. See what Mike's prediction is. So interesting. And y'all gave me shit about going Logan Paul, and y'all going,
But
so
that's different.
Roman, Mike. Yeah.
Mike
Jay does not win the title. The wise man has something in mind. Solo will get involved. Hit the spike on Roman to get Jay disqualified. He'll hit the spike. Jay's going to win, but Jay's not going to get the title.
Okay,
I see that happening.
I can see that happening too. I'd rather it be with him winning the title, but I see your point there.
Yeah,
because it's tribal rules.
True.
That's true. This so I wonder how they're going to do that. I wonder how many other people in the family are going to get involved. Right. So
the only ones that can make it to the ring.
I
No
know.
lie, bro.
All right. SummerSlam, WB SummerSlam is Saturday, August 5th, 7 p.m. Central Time. Pre-show likely starting at 6 o'clock. From Ford Field in Detroit, Michigan, and it is going to be on Peacock here in the U.S., WWE Network internationally, or wherever they broadcast. I think some places it's just like exclusive other streaming services, but in the U.S. it's on Peacock exclusively. Check it out. SummerSlam this Saturday. Should be a good show. I mean, it's stacking up to be something pretty good. So, and I'm kind of excited about this one.
Jason just put something else interesting in the chat because the title of Tribal Chief is on the line too for this match.
Yeah. So
I actually forgot about that.
That is interesting. So does that change hands on a DQ? That's another one.
You're not you didn't win the championship, but you are the Tribal Chief.
Yeah. All right. Well,
and the extra point bonus question: does Bray Wyatt make an appearance at SummerSlam?
I want to believe because it's Bray Wyatt, and I do legitimately enjoy his work. So, and we haven't seen him since Royal Rumble.
Definitely out of nowhere.
It'll happen if he does. It'll happen in one of two matches. Brock and Cody setting up a feud, setting up Cody's next program. Brock goes away for his vacation. Or he gets involved with Jay and Roman, which not too many people, because he's not bloodline, so why would he get involved?
This is supposed to be some whole tribal warfare, tribal chief thing, and it wouldn't make sense for him to get involved with that. I don't think that story needs Bray Wyatt to get involved.
Right.
Maybe the Cody thing, but I don't think he's going to show up. I don't know. It would just seem out of left field. Maybe the Raw after SummerSlam. Build something from there. So, but they tend to treat this as like a second WrestleMania when they book it. So they try and wrap up some stories here and there.
This does feel like a second WrestleMania type show. So that's why.
So with other tribal members, we've got Solo. There's other Fatus. Jacob. Does Jacob make an appearance at WWE SummerSlam?
I could see it.
Does The Rock show up at SummerSlam?
They keep teasing that because Grayson Waller hit like two of The Rock's moves the other night. So they tease that all the time. So we'll see.
I mean, it's not like the actors are doing anything right
now. I was actually going to bring that up.
I'm just going to say. So, yeah. Just throwing that out there. So. All right. With that, we'll move into our 1 minute warning segment here. Terry, you had something you want to talk about. We're going to let you go first this week.
All right.
Whenever you're ready. Set and go.
Friday night, August the 18th. Hybrid School of Wrestling, the Hybrid Experience. Rockin' and Rollin'. in the house will be Ricky by God Morton. He will be teaming with the Crown Jewel Chase Owens to take on the Texas Treats. Also coming on that show, Joe Alonzo, who has been doing pretty well in the NWA. He will be taking on Casey Blackrose. And also Kerry Morton, the NWA World Junior Heavyweight Champion, will be in the house. And I don't know who he's wrestling yet. But that will be my first opportunity to meet Kerry. So it's going to be a good show.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good night.
7:00 bell time.
Very cool. Bring fans, bring water. You know,
yeah,
get hot there. Yeah. So
I might come in straight from work if I'm working at HEB that day.
Mike is quickly submitting his women order, just Bailey and Claudio. Yeah,
just Bailey and Claudio.
All right, Tommy, you got something this week?
Yeah, La Rosa Negra. No, I'm kidding. I have 1 minute more. Yeah.
You're all right.
Yep.
Ready and go.
Okay, so for the G1, y'all don't know what time it is. Sonata has confirmed his spot in the quarterfinals for his block. And JC, just so you know, Toriano got on the board. Oh, snap! He won 2 matches, but you know who he beat to get up there?
Jeff Cobb. Match of the year, dude. I'm just gonna say it right now. I know Mike might be mad about this, but yeah, I'll let you finish. Go ahead.
Yeah, but then he also beat Shane Haste just the other night. So he's up 4 points now. So we'll see how the quarterfinals roll out. But before I end this off, I just want to say to whatever that dude was who said he's not going to be a fan of RCW anymore because Devin Carter is there or whatever. Dude, you were never a fan in the first place, bro. Just you were never a fan in the first place. If Devin Carter's your reason that you're not going to watch RCW anymore, you weren't there during the Marty Cohen era, the Andromeda era. You weren't there, bro. If Devin Carter, that is the weirdest hill to die on in wrestling, dude. I saw that post today. I was like, oh, bro.
But he mentioned Devin Carter, but he didn't mention Zakai Living.
Yeah, that was so weird. I think it's just because
which makes no sense.
Yeah, I think that's because that was just a video that RCW posted that day, and it's such a dumb thing. I can't believe this is still an argument, dude. It's like, bruh, but okay, so that's gonna ruin kids, but not the scantily clad chicks and all that. Okay, cool, whatever, dude. Whatever you say, brother. You know. So, yeah. But don't watch RCW. I don't think that anyone's gonna miss you. And Jeff Cobb was wrong.
Look, I've only seen 1 minute and 42 seconds of that match. It's already match of the year candidate. So
fair enough.
Omega Ospreay, eat your fucking heart out. It ain't gonna be nothing like Cobb and Toriano.
I do want to have one last thing before I leave. Before I end my if your only problem with Devin Carter is that he is gay or homosexual, whatever you want to call it, brother, then clearly you just don't watch his work rate, because no matter what side of anything he's on, if your only problem is that he's gay, then congratulations, you don't watch pro wrestling, because that dude, he's the future star, and if you don't like it, too freaking bad, because in a few years he's gonna be on TV. Mark my words. And if you're mad now, you finna be mad in a few years when he's on national TV.
Exactly.
Yeah, Brandon did, dude.
And
Brandon chose violence today, bro.
And I see him.
Response. I salute that. So
yeah,
I see him at Hybrid, and every match he gets better.
Yes, he does. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, so bye, dude.
Yeah.
Don't remember your name. We're gonna remember Devin Carter's name for the rest of our lives.
Absolutely.
All right. For my women awarding, I know you guys all seem to be kind of mad at me for picking Logan Paul, but I mean, I said it before on one of these women awardings. This stuff is pretty good. I can't lie. This is really good. Look, as somebody with Crohn's, it's very hard for me to find like thirst quenchers and stuff like that. Hydration, gluten-free, caffeine-free. I can't lie. The stuff is good, and it's at Costco now. So I mean, good shit, Logan. I mean, I appreciate it. Like, thank God
Okay.
it's at
All
Costco.
right.
So you know,
Hey,
yeah.
how about that?
What do you got? Oh, yeah, nice. Yes, those are badass too. No. Yeah. I meant, honestly, Jason, I meant to grab before the show and I completely forgot. So, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, it's,
Oh my God, Devin, my stomach
I had to
hurts.
say,
I'm okay.
yeah. That's really all I had to say. I was just gonna kill a minute with that. I was a lot after that. So.
Hey, yo, you know what? No lie. If this gets us a freaking Logan Paul guest appearance and everything, I don't even care.
Look, Logan, hey, it's good stuff. Honestly, in all seriousness, as somebody who has Crohn's, who really has to watch what I drink, like a lot of the sugar and stuff like that, only a gram of sugar, 0 fiber, no gluten-free, dairy-free, caffeine-free. That's like music to my ears, honestly. Because Gatorade, like I can only have a little bit of it. So when I'm out there like coaching or playing softball or stuff like that, that stuff is badass. So, that being said, I'll probably be drinking a whole bunch of this next week if Logan Paul does beat Ricochet. I'm just gonna throw that out there right now. So, yeah, it's pretty good.
Man,
I see why
that
kids
was
like
the funniest callback of a 1 minute warning I think we've ever had on this show. That man.
It's good, and I would say this when we had this. I'll usually take water and Gatorade to tournaments for my daughter's team when we're out there. Well, I took Prime one time, and that shit, the girls are just like, "Oh, dude, it's like, bro, kids love that stuff." So yeah, definitely for that. So
nice.
Yeah. So
Just don't take them the energy drink.
no, never the energy drink. Definitely not. So yes, those are like no, I don't even touch those, and don't let my kids touch them either. So yeah. So really, Mike, say, hey, look, I'm just gonna say this. Toriano, Just Cobb at Wrestle Kingdom. Fucking tear the house down. It's going to steal the show if that happens. So,
If Toriano ever main events Wrestle Kingdom, I know there are people who would just probably that I won't say they'll off themselves, but I will say they'll probably drink heavily.
I mean, I'll drink heavily in Celebration. I might call in and stay up to watch that one. So,
you would call it Toriano Day from that day forward.
It would be. That's I would have to host the wrestling.
It would be a national holiday.
It would have to be. Yeah, so at least in this
JC holiday.
But it would have to be across the world because it would just be the day that we all came together as friends, like because Toriano is the secret to the world.
Good stuff, guys. Good stuff.
Oh God, this is a funny ass episode.
Thank you, everyone, for watching this week's episode. What did Mike just say?
He just said New Japan will be going under at that point.
Hey.
Ouch.
Look, all I'm saying is that if he main events or is up there in the Wrestle Kingdom, he has to come to Forbidden Door that year. And if he's not at Forbidden Door...
And wrestle Claudio.
Yeah. Has to happen for the titles. Got to be.
You want to see Mike have a heart? Yes. Want to see Mike have a heart attack? Let's make that happen.
Oh, good stuff. I love it.
Oh my God.
Next, again, let me. What is he saying now?
I mean, what's my crown? Crowning Cokes.
The man is definitely enjoying his vacation, and much
he should.
He
earned it. He earned it.
He definitely earned it. So
yeah.
Once again, SummerSlam is this Saturday, August 5th, 7 p.m. Central Time, pre-show at 6. It's taking place at Ford Field, Detroit, and will be streamed live on Peacock. I think Peacock is now $5.99 a month. They just told me that my price went up, but hey, worth it. So definitely check it out. Next week, we're going to recap SummerSlam, and then we are also going to preview Mission Pro Wrestling's Boiling Point.
Woo!
Which features the in-ring debut of Izzy Moreno taking on Tommy's favorite wrestler, Jasmine Allure. So,
okay, why is everyone...
I'll tell you, did you see Jasmine Allure's promo?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's determined to run the ones with the teenager, and it's kind of scary.
Yeah.
But it's also the definition of on site, apparently. Like, I don't even know there'll be a collar and elbow. Well, it's Mission Pro. There are never collar and elbow tie-ups. The fight's immediate. So it's right here, Mike.
Yeah.
My friendship bracelet is right here. It's right here.
Yeah, Izzy, I need to get one from you at the show. So yeah.
Dude, even when he's not here, he's the thorn in my side.
Hey, I still need one.
Terry, that's what's up.
Yeah, but just to let you guys, my family, all 4 of us are planning to attend Mission Pro at this time. So waiting for payday so I can buy tickets. So yeah. So all right. Thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you, Terry, for joining us once again,
sure,
giving that exclusive of what is going down at Hybrid 2 Fridays from now. Yeah, 2 Fridays from now. So remember, that is a Friday show. Appreciate you jumping in here.
Thank you for having me. It's always an honor, and be nice to everybody. Be nice to people. It's not hard.
Definitely not. So, all right. Over here we got Tommy.
Thanks, guys.
And I'm JC, enjoying my prime. And as always, heels and baby faces, remember, pro wrestling is real.
People are
fake.
Boom.
We'll see you next week.